The wait is finally over. The moment fans have dreamed about has arrived. Meryl Streep is back as Miranda Priestly in The Devil Wears Prada 2. This is not just a comeback. It is an epic return to one of the most iconic characters in film history. Miranda Priestly, the cold and powerful fashion editor who ruled the runway with an iron fist, is ready to show the world that she is still the queen of fashion. The first look has everyone talking, and the excitement is building like never before. The original The Devil Wears Prada was a huge hit. It showed us the harsh and glamorous world of high fashion through the eyes of a young assistant, Andy, who worked for Miranda Priestly, the demanding editor of Runway magazine. Meryl Streep's performance was unforgettable. She brought Miranda to life with sharp looks, a cold voice, and a strong presence that made everyone fear and respect her. The movie was full of drama, fashion, and lessons about ambition, power, and the price of success. Now, more than a decade later, Miranda Priestly is returning to the screen. The first look at The Devil Wears Prada 2 reveals that Miranda has changed, but she is still just as powerful and commanding. The new footage shows her walking through fashion shows with confidence and grace. She wears elegant and bold outfits that remind us why she is the ultimate fashion icon. But there is also a hint of vulnerability behind her eyes, suggesting that this sequel will explore new sides of her character. Alongside Meryl Streep, new faces have joined the cast. These characters bring fresh energy and challenges to Miranda's world. The fashion industry itself looks different, with new trends and digital changes shaking things up. The mood of the sequel is stylish but serious, mixing the old glamour with modern realities. Fans have reacted with excitement and curiosity, eager to see how Miranda will handle the new world she faces. The story promises to take us deeper into the life of Miranda Priestly. We might see how her power has grown or how she faces new battles in the ever-changing fashion scene. The first look teases dramatic moments and sharp dialogue, just like the original. It also hints at personal struggles and growth, making Miranda a more complex and human character. The sequel is not just about fashion. It is about survival, change, and staying on top in a tough world. For those who loved the first movie, this sequel is a chance to revisit a beloved story with fresh eyes. For new viewers, it offers a powerful character study wrapped in a world of beauty and drama. The return of Meryl Streep as Miranda Priestly is a moment to celebrate, a reminder of how strong and unforgettable great acting can be. As the release date draws closer, the excitement will only grow. Everyone is waiting to see if Miranda Priestly can once again rule the fashion world with style, wit, and power. Miranda Priestly is more than just a character. She is a symbol of power, style, and control. To understand why her return in The Devil Wears Prada 2 is such a big deal, we need to look back at what made the first movie unforgettable. When the original film came out, it wasn't just another story about fashion. It was a sharp, smart look at ambition and sacrifice in a glamorous but ruthless world. Meryl Streep's Miranda was cold, demanding, and almost impossible to please. She ruled her office like a queen, and everyone knew the cost of crossing her. Miranda's character was inspired by real-life fashion editors, and her icy persona hid layers of complexity. Underneath the hard exterior was a woman who had fought hard to get where she was. The film showed how Miranda's power came with loneliness, tough choices, and a world where appearances mattered above all else. Her relationship with Andy, her assistant, was central, showing the clash between innocence and experience, dreams and harsh reality. The original movie's success was not just about the plot. It was about the unforgettable characters, sharp writing, and a look into a world most people never saw up close. Fashion shows, photo shoots, and designer clothes became the stage for human drama. Miranda Priestly was at the heart of it all, a force of nature who inspired fear and respect in equal measure. Meryl Streep's performance won praise for how she made Miranda real, even while playing someone so tough and demanding. Now, with The Devil Wears Prada 2, the world has changed, and so has Miranda. The fashion industry has moved fast in the years since the first movie. Social media, digital trends, and new designers have shifted the landscape. The sequel promises to show us this new world through Miranda's eyes. But the core of her character remains the sharp mind, the commanding presence, and the power to shape careers and trends with a single word. What makes this sequel especially exciting is the chance to explore Miranda's story beyond what we saw before. The first film gave us hints of her vulnerability and personal struggles, but mostly kept her at a distance. Now the new film can dive deeper. We might see Miranda facing challenges that test her control, push her to adapt, or reveal more about her past. The first look footage hints at this, showing a woman who is both confident and carrying the weight of her position. Fans are also eager to see how Miranda's relationships have changed. The original film ended with a mix of respect and distance between her and Andy. The sequel might bring new alliances, conflicts, or even softer moments that show a different side of Miranda. The addition of new characters adds fresh dynamics, making the story richer and more complex. The legacy of The Devil Wears Prada is strong, but the sequel faces high expectations. It must honor what made the first film great while telling a new story that fits today's world. The first look suggests it is ready for this challenge. The stylish visuals, sharp dialogue, and powerful performances promise a movie that will capture hearts again. In short, Miranda Priestly is back not just as a fashion icon, but as a character ready to grow and change. Her comeback is a chance to explore power, ambition, and identity in a new way. The sequel will remind us why Miranda Priestly and Meryl Streep's portrayal of her remains unforgettable years later. Fans can look forward to a story that respects the past but dares to explore new ground. This return is not just a sequel, it is a new chapter in a beloved saga. The first look at The Devil Wears Prada 2 offers a thrilling glimpse into a world both familiar and transformed. From the moment the footage begins, Meryl Streep's Miranda Priestly commands attention. Her presence is magnetic, every movement precise, every glance sharp. The camera captures her walking through sleek, modern fashion shows where the energy buzzes with a mix of tradition and innovation. It's clear Miranda still rules the scene, but now the world around her has shifted. The fashion industry in the sequel is no longer just about glossy magazines and runway shows. Digital platforms, social media influencers, and rapid trends shape how fashion moves. The first look hints at this new reality. We see Miranda interacting with younger, tech-savvy characters who challenge the old ways. There is tension but also a sense of adaptation. Miranda's style remains impeccable, her outfits bold and powerful, but she navigates a landscape where change is constant and sometimes unpredictable. New characters appear alongside Miranda, each bringing their own story and impact. A young designer with fresh ideas, a social media star whose fame disrupts tradition, and loyal allies who have stood by Miranda through years of change. These new faces create a complex network around Miranda, forcing her to balance authority with diplomacy. The first look teases moments of conflict and collaboration, showing that Miranda's battles are no longer just about fashion but about influence, legacy, and survival. Visually, the sequel dazzles. The cinematography blends sleek modernity with classic elegance. Fashion shoots are vibrant and cutting-edge, but there are quieter scenes filled with subtle emotions, a pause in a hectic day, a glance that reveals doubt or resolve. These moments deepen our understanding of Miranda. The first look shows her not just as a fashion icon, but as a woman facing the pressures of staying on top in a world that never slows down. The mood of the footage is both glamorous and serious. The sequel promises sharp dialogue filled with wit and bite, just like the original. Yet beneath the glamour, there is an undercurrent of challenge. Miranda is tested in new ways, professionally and personally. The first look suggests we will see her navigate complex relationships, shifting alliances, and the relentless demands of a modern industry. It's a world where power must be earned daily, and even the strongest can be vulnerable. Audience reactions to the first look have been electric. Fans praise Meryl Streep's return, noting how effortlessly she slips back into Miranda's role while adding layers of new depth. Social media buzzes with speculation about the plot, the new cast, and the themes the sequel will explore. Critics note the fresh energy the sequel brings, balancing respect for the original with bold new storytelling. The excitement is real. Miranda Priestly is back, and she's ready to take on a new era. The first look also gives subtle hints about the story's direction. Miranda's character appears more introspective, at times questioning the cost of power and the price she pays to stay at the top. There are glimpses of personal struggles, suggesting the sequel will explore themes of identity, legacy, and change. This makes the story more than just a fashion drama. It's a human story about resilience and transformation. Together with the stunning visuals, compelling characters, and sharp writing, the first look sets the stage for a sequel that feels both nostalgic and fresh. It promises the return of the biting humor and high-stakes drama that fans loved, but with new layers of complexity. Miranda Priestly remains the center of this world-powerful, enigmatic, and unforgettable. In short, the first look at The Devil Wears Prada 2 is a masterful blend of old and new. It honors the legacy of the original while opening doors to exciting possibilities. Meryl Streep's Miranda Priestly is not just back. She is stronger and more nuanced than ever. The sequel is poised to captivate audiences with a story that's as stylish and sharp as the woman who leads it. Fans have every reason to be thrilled because the queen of fashion has returned to claim her throne once again. The anticipation surrounding The Devil Wears Prada 2 goes far beyond the first look. It centers on what the story will reveal about Miranda Priestly's journey and the future of the fashion world she commands. Early hints suggest the sequel will dive deep into new challenges, both personal and professional, that test Miranda's legendary status like never before. This is a story not just about fashion, but about power, legacy, and reinvention. In an age of rapid change, Miranda Priestly's world has evolved. The once clear rules of the industry are now blurred by digital disruption, shifting tastes, and fierce competition. The sequel promises to explore how Miranda confronts this transformed landscape. Is she adapting, resisting, or redefining what it means to lead in a world where influence is measured not only by taste but by followers and clicks? The story teases a battle between old-school authority and new-age innovation, with Miranda at the heart of this clash. The character evolution is a major focus. Miranda is no longer the untouchable force from the first film. The sequel hints at moments where she shows vulnerability, faces difficult decisions, and even questions her own path. This complexity adds depth to a character who was once seen mostly as a powerful, distant figure. Now viewers will see the woman behind the ice, the pressures she bears, the sacrifices she's made, and the fierce determination driving her forward. Alongside Miranda, other beloved characters from the original may return, bringing their own stories and connections. The dynamic between Miranda and Andy, once fraught and complicated, could take new turns, revealing how time and experience have changed their relationship. Meanwhile, new characters bring fresh energy and conflict, forcing Miranda to confront challenges from unexpected directions. These interactions promise rich drama and emotional depth. The sequel also explores broader themes beyond individual characters. It reflects on the nature of ambition and success in a world that prizes constant reinvention. It examines how identity and power shift in an industry built on image and perception. Through Miranda's story, the film will likely ask tough questions about what it means to stay relevant and true to oneself amid relentless pressure. The release date draws near, and with it, excitement grows. Fans of the original and newcomers alike have much to look forward to, a story that respects the past, but is unafraid to explore new ground. The sequel promises all the sharp wit, biting humor, and stunning style that made the first film a classic, combined with fresh storytelling that resonates with today's audience. The return of Meryl Streep as Miranda Priestly is itself a monumental event. Her performance is expected to be as commanding and nuanced as ever, bringing Miranda's complexities to life with subtlety and power. Alongside a talented new cast and a bold script, the sequel is poised to become another unforgettable chapter in the Devil Wears Prada legacy. In the end, The Devil Wears Prada 2 is more than a sequel, it is a statement. It declares that Miranda Priestley remains a force to be reckoned with, a character whose story continues to captivate and inspire. As the fashion world turns and changes, Miranda stands tall, ready to face whatever comes next with strength, style, and that unmistakable edge. For viewers, this means a thrilling cinematic experience filled with drama, glamour, and heart. It's a chance to witness the evolution of a character who has become a cultural icon and to explore the changing face of an industry that never stops moving. The countdown has begun. When The Devil Wears Prada 2 hits the screen, it will be more than a comeback. It will be a powerful new beginning,